So we have an icebreaker for you guys since this is your first time on the show, and it's word recognition. So basically, Trell is gonna give you a word, and you have to say the first thing that comes to your mind.
You guys are familiar with that, right?
Look, she's like,
Alright.
They're like, yeah.
It's only a couple words, so just the first thing that comes to mind. Summer.
Booty shorts.
Damn, that's a
I was gonna say weaves.
fact. And that too.
Y'all gotta go too.
Yeah, I was gonna say ass out.
Beach.
Sundresses.
Joey only got the only one with the most sensible.
Yeah, cause you know the sundresses. Y'all be free flowing. We be free flowing or whatever.
All right, dating.
Niggas ain't shit.
That's exactly what was the first thing in my mind.
What is that?
Ow, that's
Dinner.
You know what? You said that, Jazzy.
I know.
And you see her face
And
and
she's
she said it like, love.
Yes.
We trying to be like you.
Eggplant.
Dick.
Penis.
Parmesan.
Vegetables.
Thank you for stuff.
Parmesan.
Magic.
Black girl.
Dick.
Okay.
Thank you again for
Black
stuff.
girl.
Johnson.
Oh, duh.
Oh. Mine and
My
gutter.
mind was in the gutter.
Me too.
I got you.
Thank you.
We all look like.
look like, okay.
You right.
All right, I got one last one. Hair.
Popping.
Beauty. Authentic.
Silk press.
That was good. I liked that.
Okay.
We gotta do it again.
Yeah, that was cute.
That was good. We all. Yeah, Trell, you got anybody that you're rooting for this week?
Yeah, this week I'm rooting for Kayla Willis. She's a student at Westlake High School in the ATL. She got accepted to 31 out of 40 colleges with just an average SAT score. She reached out to all the schools to see if she can get like all her application fees waived, and she did. She only had to pay for postage.
That's
I
right.
know that's right, sis.
Right, exactly. And then she ended up getting $925,000 in scholarship.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is.
And she
lit.
is going to Fisk University, which is her top school, and
Nice.
she has a full ride scholarship.
Oh.
Blessing.
Look at God.
Blessing, right.
She ain't even gotta worry about nothing. She can focus
Nothing.
on her studies.
Right, like I wish she gonna major in Spanish and international business.
Nice.
You better
Boss
get it,
move.
girl.
Shout out to Kayla Willis.
Yes,
Shout out
let's
to her
clap it up
parents.
to
My girl
Her
Magic.
mom, her dad, whoever.
her village.
Yeah.
That got her.
And her knowing, like,
married.
let me, like, she was like, I don't want to pay for nothing. And she's not paying for nothing.
And guess what? If you don't ask, you ain't gonna get it.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's basically what she said in her interview.
Yeah, you don't even have to be that good.
right?
You know,
what I
she
mean?
said
Like,
average.
She's
Not
like,
like,
every
yeah, like,
SAT
not
score in
saying,
good
not
grades.
saying it
She
like
had
that.
good grades.
Because
but-
she has, like, obviously has the ambition, but, like, you know, hard work beats talent.
Hustle.
Right. And then to get a full ride scholarship to your top school, like the school of your choice, you're not just settling.
She was just
because
like,
this
I'm gonna
school
ask
gave you
everybody.
Okay.
Because-
Somebody gonna give it
Because
to
there's
her.
always loopholes in these schools to help.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of for us.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff out there for us.
It
and
is.
Actually, look and find it. So.
It's true.
Shout
Shout
out to her.
Go, girl.
Yes, so I have the You Tried It of the week, and this one is called Lights, Camera, Raggedy. So I had posted a meme, and it was like, you know, I don't know how to date. I'm either serious relationship or about to be or a hoe. Like I know no in between, right? So I'm like, this is like legit a
Such
vibe,
is life.
right? And so a friend of mine wrote me, was like, yo, listen, like I tried to be more open about dating, and it's March, and I'm already like, F this. So I was like, why? What happened? So she said that a guy asked her on a date. He picked her up. They went to the movies. So while they're in the movies, the whole time he's on his phone. And so she was like, "This nigga, why is he on his phone?" And like towards the movie about to be over, he goes, "We have to go out the back door."
Oh, child.
So she's like,
That's
"What?"
right.
Like,
Red
okay,
flag.
get
He
outside.
just likes the back door.
Maybe. Gets outside. The girlfriend and her friend are standing in front of his car. Okay, so she just gets in the passenger and just is sitting in the passenger while he arguing with his girl. outside,
He
laughing.
drove?
Right.
He drove?
Exactly.
Oh, girl, I would've
Then
called the cops.
exactly,
Burn.
and then he drove her home while the girlfriend was following him. So I said, girl, I would have stayed in the movie.
Right.
Got me an Uber, because I don't want these bitches knowing where I live.
Right,
Okay.
And I just would not have wanted to be in the car ride with you after
Right.
that.
Right. This hella
Like, what's the
awkward.
conversation
I
like?
It's
shoulda
kind of
asked.
awkward as hell, like,
What's the conversation?
because then you really can't be like you could feel like disrespected and be like upset and annoyed, but can you really be like that mad because y'all just first date? I'm assuming maybe.
I would have
Yeah,
just
but
left.
not to be a part of it at all. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a part of it at all. I would have just stayed there and got
Right.
my Uber and good riddance.
I'm like, so,
you do that.
what'd you think about the movie?
Right.
But
Right.
Which one? Like, it was 2 movies that just happened.
Clearly.
What's the age group?
She's our age. She's about to turn 30 in like 2 months or
But
so.
is he also?
Oh, I'm not sure. But that was just a hot mess. First of all, don't go on no date when you got a whole girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you are, I guess, be more smart. I
So
don't
I
know.
was gonna say.
And for
I
the
don't
girlfriend, I
You
don't
could have
Bad
went
job.
somewhere else. Don't go to
Right.
North Haven.
Hey,
Like,
how'd she know to find you in the movie?
My friend has a tracker.
Really?
No, I was gonna say my friend has a tracker.
Ooh. I said, ooh.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
But yeah, she'll remain nameless, but she has a tracker on her boyfriend's
Oh,
phone
baby.
through a text. So
No,
you don't
yeah.
even know how it's
Just send a
happening.
text.
Like,
Oh
yeah, so
my
it wasn't even a matter of like, that's it. That's all I'm giving y'all. So
Look,
I
signed up on it.
How do
Yeah.
I do this?
I don't know. I'll get the information.
Yeah, send that.
No,
But
okay.
yeah, no, I know people that say, "Oh, I add my location like with their spouse." I'm like, I'm not a fan.
Me either.
I mean, I could see you using. I think it's a nice feature, like if you're out of town,
Town. That's
or
when
something
I
like
use
that.
it. But as far as like
Yeah.
keeping tabs, nah.
No,
Yeah,
I
I don't have
wanna
the
keep
energy.
tabs on you. I want to have that trust. Like,
exactly.
you
That's
know,
what I was gonna say,
what you
'cause
say you
It's
do
too much
wrong.
energy, right?
I
Being
think
on
sometimes-
edge and wondering all the time.
Sometimes I feel like when the person, and this is even in my own growing experience, I feel like when you can't detach from somebody, it's because you have issues with yourself.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like you probably can't date because you probably have a few issues with yourself and being alone. You know how to give enough of yourself to not be
Absolutely.
overbearing, or
Right.
because then you don't need to track your boyfriend.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like I'm just
Cause
saying.
he right next to you.
That's the game.
Yeah, so that's the you
So,
tried
Really
it.
tried it. Oh my god.
That's crazy.
That's so
You gotta be smarter.
unfortunate.
You gotta be smarter.
But I can't believe she got in the car though.
Right.
I
Maybe she was in like shock. That's happened to me where you in shock and you just like, all right.
Let me just go with it. Let me just go with it.
Or maybe
I get
she was
it.
already in the car and then they pulled up.
No,
they went through the back door.
They were at the car
No.
waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
I would have like
No.
Or maybe the girl would have been like, sis, I'm not even mad at you. Like, this nigga ain't shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That
Take
could have
her,
been the
take her home.
vibe
Get her home safe.
too. Right.
No, because
right.
that's another thing. Like, shout out to sis for not arguing with the girl
Right,
and
right.
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
jump her.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So that was a little
She was
bit
mature for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Still, it's
Basically.
messy.
It
It
is messy.
I don't think I would
I
have
would-
gotten the car because it's just an awkward situation.
I just hope he
Yeah.
doesn't call her again.
Right.
Because
Better
he probably
He
will.
probably
He
Block.
probably
Just
will.
to smooth things
But it has
over.
some story about how that's not
They
my
not
girlfriend.
together.
We just broke up. She don't want to let me go. Right.
Because we always crazy,
Right.
right? That's funny.
Right.
So yeah, he basically tried
Sis,
it.
let us know how to. We need an update.
We need
Right.
I'll make sure
that's,
we get
that's a
it.
deep side situation. Like,
So we are talking good and bad hair. So we have the lovely Jasmine and Crystal. So we want you guys to introduce yourself to our listeners. Let us know who you are, how long you've been doing hair, and all that fun stuff.
Okay, I am Jasmine Sanders.
Hey, Jasmine.
Jazz me up. I've been doing hair for 10 years now.
Ooh.
Wow.
Legend.
Time flies.
But yeah, I've been doing hair all my life. I used to do crystal hair back in the day.
Yeah,
And
you
I
know,
used to
break it down a
with
little
the
bit.
break it down. But hair has been everything to me.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Still is.
Awesome. Crystal.
I'm Crystal. Cleo Rose Style is kind of like, I guess, my brand.
Mm.
I work at Phenomenal Hair Salon in Milford. I've been doing hair for 4 years. And, I mean, I always had style. So, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily, and I'm not saying that in a cocky way, you know.
No,
you just know
you
you
be
do.
fresh.
Right.
You know?
You be fresh.
So,
Gotcha.
I've always had style, and I've always been able to like see things very well. So when, in a way to like start a fashion kind of project, I went into hair school. So, I just really fell in love with hair after doing it. So I've been doing it for 4 years. It's been pretty good.
Nice.
And it's so funny because back in the day when I was when I
'Cause me and
finished
Jazzy
hair
friends,
school,
friends.
yeah, we are. We are.
They got their own group chat.
But I used to tell Crystal all the time, I was like, why are you in school? For what you're in
'Cause I'm
school
smart.
for? I was like, you're such a creative. Like, you need need to be doing either hair or fashion. Yeah. Look at her. I'm just so proud of you.
Oh,
Aww.
God, Jasmine.
I love the energy.
Lift each other up.
I really am.
Yes.
I really am.
Oh,
I see you doing your thing. Like, we don't speak as much.
Yeah.
But when we
Cause
do
life.
get up,
Yeah.
Life.
So when we do get up, it's like clockwork.
But this is
Yeah.
beautiful because they're in the same
Mhm.
industry and you're not each other's competition. Like that is your sister and she sees something in you and she's lifting you up. And that's
Right.
what
And that's
sisterhood
what
is all about.
Exactly.
Right.
That's sisterhood.
That's so
Yeah.
awesome. So I want everyone to go around the room
Mhm.
and share if you are natural or not natural.
Okay.
Starting with me?
Yep.
Natural.
Me next. Oh, so I am transitioning without doing the big chop. I already had a short haircut, so I'm like, I don't want to like cut it all off. So I've been transitioning between not using a perm, and, just letting it grow out. And
Relaxer.
the last time, yes, relaxing. The last time I took my hair out and got my base braids done over, I think I probably got like a teeny tiny bit of relaxer left on the end. So I'm almost
Nice.
there.
Nice.
That's good.
Can I double back real quick? Because
Mhm.
she gave it. I'm natural. However, I don't necessarily leave my natural hair out all the time. So I'm natural with
Protective style.
protective
You're a
styles.
protective styler.
Yeah.
An avid one. Yeah. Krista?
Oh, I'm relaxer free because I dye my hair like platinum.
Mhm.
So I obviously don't have a relaxer, but I got a little bit of chemical.
Yeah.
Today I'm natural. And today I say I'm natural because I like to switch it up.
Mhm.
Nice.
Next week I might have a relaxer, a little short pixie.
Nice. Yeah, I seen Crystal, you did a pixie the other day and that was really not cute.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Yeah, it was cute. I am natural. I cut all my hair off back in like 2013, I want to say. Had a short haircut with no perm, and I was like, this shit ain't gonna work.
That's hard. That's hard.
It was very.
Trust me, I know.
Yo, I was like, this is a lot because I was used to just going to Dominicans getting a wash and set. So having to make your appointment before you leave your current appointment and all that, I wasn't used to that. So I had it out for maybe like a month, and then I just had my weaves in, and then I've been doing a lot more of the having my natural out, but protective styles. My waves
Protective
is my
styles are the
life.
way to go.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yes.
But that's my favorite thing about being a black girl is the fact that we have so much versatility with our hair. Like, we can change it up all the time, and we make it look good. And so that brings me to I have a question.
Who am I today?
I know, right?
At work, how do you handle your hair? Switching up your hair at work. I know when I switch it up, it's always like, oh, your hair's different. Oh, you cut your hair, and it's like, no, I just took my weave out, sis.
Right.
Weave out. Oh, you got your hair down today? It's like, no, I got my wig on today. Oh, you always change your hair. So do you guys deal with that in the workplace at all?
Well, we're amongst a lot
Right,
of black
so it's
people,
different,
yeah.
but you guys are more so corporate,
Right.
So I get that all the time from my clients. I feel like I can't stand, who the
Yeah.
W's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they always
They just
asking
be
me questions.
so
Someone to touch
questions.
my hair, and I was like, you better not let them do anything to this crown.
Yeah.
Right.
This
But
is
then
true.
also, you know what? I had a client that we dyed her hair this was a few years ago, like a really pretty green. It was like a hunter green. It was mad vibrant, really pretty. Like it looked.
so good.
It sounds like green hair sounds crazy, but it was just really soft and pretty. So she went to work and she came back. She's like, Crystal, they said I gotta change my hair color. This green was kind of dark, so it looked like
Right,
black.
subtle.
almost,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Subtle, yeah.
So I was like, really? She was like, yeah, they told me that. And there's a white girl who has pink hair, and nobody says anything to her. And I said, you know what? They don't want you to shine. I said,
Right.
You look beautiful. with
Right.
that hair.
Right.
They want to take that away. I said,
Right.
'cause there's no way that somebody with pink hair and
Right.
a white woman
Oh,
on
white,
top of that.
right?
It's
Exactly.
gonna look super. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be super visible. when you
Exactly.
walk
Ronald
into the
Mc- that's
restaurant.
Ronald
So it's
McDonald.
like-
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So for them to
Coming
tell you
after
to take
us.
it out, it's something else behind that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did she
please.
take it
I
out,
would have went
though?
to
Or
HR.
did she change it?
She did change it because she did her job. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know,
Unfortunately.
listening. Yeah.
I would have went to HR.
So quick.
What is the
Okay.
term? Hostile work environment. Is
yeah.
that what it be?
I'm triggered. I'm being
Triggered. Shout out to
That's
Haley.
the word, yeah.
You guys mentioned because you guys work in a more
Predominantly.
yes
African.
prominent black environment.
Well, I
so
actually
it's not
work
as
well.
bad.
Now I do. I used to work at Noel, and I was like one of the few. So
Right.
I've had two different hair experiences.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
So that's how it is in me now. So now it's me, there's a Jamaican lady, and then there's this other older black lady who don't be doing that right here if you look at a mess. But me and the other Jamaican lady, like, we change our hair a lot, so they always say, oh, I change your hair all the time. But when I worked at my other job, it was a lot of black girls, and we always wearing our weaves and our braids and stuff, so it was definitely different. I mean, I don't have a bad experience with it, but there's always questions. It's always a conversation.
Always.
Your hair is always a conversation.
I think the weirdest thing I ever heard when working at Noel, because we're in the hair environment, you think it would be creative. So, like, but they were corny. So I wear like a short curly fro with my hair, like I'll cut my hair down every so often, like till like a boy like wave kind of look, like a one. So I started growing my hair out, it was like a little curly or whatever, right? So then I wore that for like a month, and then I put on my wig, and I wear like a platinum wig with like a middle part, whole different person. Right. So I wear that for a little bit. Oh, that color looks so good on you, blah blah. Then one of my coworkers said to me, you know what, you should go back to your other hair because this is just like everybody else. I said, no, this is different to you because you're amongst a bunch of people that look like you.
Right.
I said, my hair is not, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not
natural
the norm.
is a thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, don't try to make it sound like, oh, I need to go back to the look. Kind of appease you so you're seeing something different. You need to step outside your comfort zone to see what's going on because that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah.
White folks crazy.
They are
some
crazy.
Some of them.
Right. Disclaimer. But that goes to my next question of why are we so attached to our hair? And I know that one of my bullets was clearly like corporate America. Like we've been told by the bosses like, oh, you can't have your hair like that, or that's too urban, or whatever is not normal to them. They like are like scared by it. Yeah.
Because it's something scared of the unknown, something different.
Because even New York, they had to pass a law banning discrimination of hair. Because like people were getting fired or
for
wearing their natural.
I was about to say they had a law that was making it okay for jobs to fire you or whatever if you had dreads. Like they were saying that it's okay if your job say you can't wear dreads. Which I don't get.
But dreads has been around for so long.
That's
probably the first thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, don't come into work looking all raggedy and like dirty, no, but dreads like I don't. What's the issue with the dreads? What is the issue with the dreads?
Right, absolutely. Like I even seen a video where the little boy had locks and he couldn't. They said that he couldn't be at the school, so the father like signed him out of that school so he could go to a different school because of his hair.
That's ridiculous.
Did you see the video? Wait,
we
talking about the wrestler, right?
Yes, and that was. When they cut his hair off,
I cried like a tear. I was like,
and they
were okay with it. The lady who just was like,
yeah, they cut it. That's the thing. They cut it.
I would have been like, fuck this.
That was like so brave of him.
But honestly, in that situation, I kind of am upset with his coach and his teammates because I would have forfeited that game.
Yeah.
Because like you're doing it for the team.
I was gonna say I'm kind of confused what was going on. So
it was a high school wrestling match. And in order for and they said that his hair
and
short ones.
They made him cut
short ones.
Yeah, that wasn't even long.
No,
it probably was like
shoulder.
But he probably like had him up on the ponytail or something like that. So
a cap,
right?
But they told him that he has to cut his locks.
Or he has to forfeit.
There's not a lot of black people that wrestle, huh? I'm
right.
sure. Like,
no,
I don't think
but the video is so
disturbing.
Yeah. The video is so disturbing.
Because like, even after he won, he just was like really like he wasn't even happy about winning.
Like,
a lot of time I think it's about familiarity. You know what I mean? Like if people aren't familiar with stuff, that's why I said there's not a lot of black people that wrestle. So like for instance, like I said about my coworker, like you don't see a lot of people that look like me because you went to a high school that only had one black person in your graduating class. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the only representation of black people that
you
know.
Right.
You know, so it's like that's a lot of it because that's even a thing culturally in New Haven. You know what I mean? Like there is a style in New Haven and it's because there's not many styles brought from other places to the city. You know what I mean?
True.
So it's like, it's just a familiarity thing.
Yeah, and it's definitely other people's views are definitely some reasons why we are so attached to our hair. I've seen people on, social media like, oh, y'all out here looking like little boys with y'all natural hair and short cuts and da-da-da-da. Like, that's because you're just so used to the straight and,
I know, my grandmother... Love you, Rose. When I cut my hair, probably maybe like 4 times. But the first time I cut my hair, her first reaction was like, so when you gonna get your long hair back?
And that's because of her generation.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
My
And I
mom
was
was like,
like,
"Are you going through something?"
Right.
It's like my third big chop too.
Right.
Like, I'll cut my hair whenever I feel
It
like
doesn't matter.
And my mom's like, "You good? Like,
Right.
you need help with something?"
That's because it's different. It was different, like she said, it was different for them. Now to us, it's more so it's just hair. Now, right? It's just hair. I can do what I want with it. I'm gonna cut it, and then it's gonna grow back, or it might not. It's whatever, but it's just hair.
Pray it grow back.
Right. That's
Some
another
people
thing.
need to cut their hair. to
Yeah.
start over,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like if I'm cutting my hair to start over, if it's like a spiritual renewal, if it's like really like hair health, you know what I mean? I'm cutting my hair to grow it. That's none of your business why my hair is short.
Right.
Right.
You know what I
Personal
mean? And then
thing.
two, who are you to like try to break my confidence about how I feel? Because that's really what it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
You're tearing
Yes.
down my confidence to conform to what you want. And
Right.
it's like I'm good
Absolutely.
how I am.
Right.
Just let me rock out.
Hair,
Even
hair shaming.
yeah,
Yeah.
even the
Hair shaming, yes.
right, even the movie Napoli Ever After, like
Yeah.
that was taught to her by her mother.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like that instance when she got in the pool and her hair became a puff and she made her leave, like that was ingrained in her, and you know,
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
And it took
Her
her so
reaction to that, her reaction to how her hair blew up or whatever, is what made her in her all her adult life
Yeah,
feel like
shaped
I
her whole
gotta
life.
be this perfect
Right.
person. I gotta have this weave and my hair gotta be straight.
Yeah.
It's because it started.
That's a Netflix
home.
movie, right?
Yeah.
It was really good. I like that.
Mm.
Did you see it?
you have
You
to
should watch
really
it.
good.
It was
I
cute.
know.
It was cute.
Probably
So-
because she lives this life. Like,
Right. Like,
Sometimes
I
I
see
think
that.
like that too, yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Because, like, we talk about hair all the time.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
But this,
Anyway,
this
but I
story
love
was
it.
good, though.
Yeah, it was good.
I'll read it some now. I mean, watch it some now.
Yeah, definitely. So, what's your definition of good or bad hair?
For me, there is no definition.
Nice, nice.
All hair is great.
Yes.
Like no matter if it's like curly, kinky, straight, all hair is great.
I think bad hair is just unhealthy hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only bad hair
I
there
have
is.
to
Because you can have
agree
whatever
with that.
curl pattern. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Whatever curl pattern, texture, whatever. It's just, if it's not healthy, it's bad.
Right, right,
And
right.
what it is, like, people just need to be happy with what God gave you.
Okay.
Like, yes, oh my God, her curls are popping. Look how slick it is. And I got this kink over here. I love my kink.
Mm-hmm.
Where
I love my kink.
You just have to work
Yeah.
on what you have.
Yeah.
It's an internal thing.
Mhm.
It is an internal thing.
It really is.
Perfect your curls.
Yeah.
right,
Mhm.
And there is a way.
yeah.
You can really perfect it.
And you
Right.
can get somebody to like treat it and
Mhm.
you know make sure, because a lot of when I say I have no clue, like Danny could do a pop-in flexi rod set or a twist out. I'm like, huh?
Mhm.
Like the only thing I do is wash it and go,
Mhm.
literally wash and go, and then
it's
I have.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's be coming out cute. I ain't gonna lie, you know. But yeah, like and Instagram and social media, so many different YouTube videos that you can watch to like kind of get into it, and then you go to your local stylist and say, look,
Mhm.
I see this, like, you know, is this something I can do in my hair? That you guys, I'm sure, give many suggestions to
Right.
people,
Mhm.
you know, like, oh, this will look better on you, or this might work, you know,
Yeah.
help it.
It's a lot of trial and error.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's a lot.
But you have to be willing to ask for help.
Right.
Like,
true.
if you know nothing about something, just go to someone that's more resourceful than you. Like, can you help me? Like,
There's
what?
so much information.
Right.
out
What
there.
can I do with this? What can I do with my hair? Because your hair could be popping too. You just have to ask for help.
It's that, but it's also the want to,
Right.
to
learn.
you know, we can't go home with you.
Right.
You're gonna have to maintain
Right.
this.
This is true.
So, do you want to maintain?
Yeah.
That's what I asked. Too.
Like, that's
Putting in the
probably
work
one of
in
my
that.
first questions.
I always say, I only see you once every 2 weeks.
Right, like,
You got to spend more time with your hair than I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I could tell you what to do, but I can also tell when you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
Too. You know what I mean? Like I told you 2 weeks ago, you need to grease your scalp. You coming back with flakes.
That's
and,
me.
You know what I mean? Like it's like so you can't want something without doing what you got to do
That's
to get
true.
it. That's
Yeah.
with
Gotta do the
anything,
work.
You know what I
You
mean?
gotta
So
do the
like
work.
I do think that like when you're talking about earlier like your views about your hair is an internal you know reflection of how you feel on the inside. I think that's true because I also think what's in your hair shows up. What goes in your body shows up in your hair, shows up in your skin. So if you're
Absolutely.
eating crap and you're not drinking water and stuff like that, you're gonna have dandruff. You're gonna have really brittle hair. You're not gonna have the best hair you can have because you're putting junk into your body.
Right.
So I think everything.
That's
Like,
a key fact, guys. What
Keep
you're
it
putting
in,
into your
fast
body
down,
definitely
drink
has a play on your
drink
hair,
water.
Right, your skin, everything.
skin, all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very important.
Yeah. So you said you've been doing it for 10 years. First of all, I wish I had that skill so I could do hair on the side. I wish. I say it all the time. But who taught you guys how to do hair? I saw a meme and it was like, "Where's the club for the black girls that can't braid?" And I was laughing because
Bruh.
my uncle taught me how to braid.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I remember my uncle taught me how to braid on my Barbie doll when I was younger.
Mm.
So who taught you guys how to do hair?
For me, my cousin, she used to braid. It was about maybe 7 of us girls. So she used to sit us in line, we used to braid, and I used to watch her, and then I used to mimic. And that's how I started braiding.
So good.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know how to braid.
I don't think I really I think you learn how to do stuff without learning you doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I can't remember who told. I know my grandmother bought me an Addie doll. Shout out to my grandma. She bought me an Addie doll, and you know Addie from the Girls Club, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And because she got
American Hair dolls.
Yes, American Girl dolls.
Oh yes,
So she brought me an Addie doll, and I used to practice in her hair just like single braids.
No YouTube, no nothing.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It was just
what
I saw.
And then the way my grandmother braid is not how we braid. You know how
right? Because they do underhand or something. We do overhand.
Yeah, 80. Like she do like the Sealies. You know what I mean? So it's not like a braid for a weave. Like I don't know how I learned that. You know.
It's something
like how to.
I watched. I mean, I would be in a braid shop too. You know, and I used to be like, so how you doing that? Okay, I could do this.
Yeah.
Right. That's how I learned. Not a lot of people know that I know how to. I know.
Listen.
I know to say Joe a whole African, y'all.
Dead ass. Like we've been friends all this time, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I gotta make some money with my aunt," and I'm like, "Doing what?" She was like, "Oh, I be braiding." I'm like, "What?" Like in the shop?
You ain't trying to give none of us no break.
Right. She be you know the second person that finish them off for you. Yeah. I was like, "Oh shit."
So you was a finisher.
I'm a finisher. My aunt opened my aunt used to work at Miriam's on Whaley Avenue. That's where she started. And in hair, she could braid. Oh yeah.
Right.
My aunt had a hair salon for over 20 years.
Wow.
So she started at Miriam's on Whaley Avenue, and then she opened her own shop, Miriam and M's in Waterbury. That was booming for years. So that's where I really got to start. And then now she has her own place somewhere else in Waterbury. But my aunt would make me finish, like this was slavery. She would make me finish the end. If you want your hair done, you better help me get out of here so I can do your hair. So I'll finish the ends. The only thing I really can't do is part, but I can do cornrows. I can do cornrows with the weave.
So basically, you can do my base braids?
Basically.
I need some this week.
I could, but I really don't even acknowledge that that's a skill for me. Like, I never would think, shoot. The only reason why they know is because we have this this app, Marco Polo. We're always in video. So I just popped up on Marco Polo, and I'm doing, and I'm doing the
hair?
Like, yeah, I've been here for some
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
I wish. Girl, you gotta do better, because if I knew how to
make some money.
I'm not good enough to.
But you can do some base braids.
I can do some base braids. And I probably can do box braids, but it's not going to look perfect.
Yeah. You can't part.
I can't part, and I can't like put it in perfectly, but my braids is slick. Like my braids,
I know how to do that
is
a little
slick.
bit. I can do the braid with the exception a little.
Putting it in is a different story.
Well, at least you acknowledge that you aren't good enough to do it, because I did have someone write in on one of the horror stories that they had that, you know, they sent the picture to the stylist, and the stylist said, "Oh yeah, no problem, I can do it." She said she left, and she looked at like who was from Rugrats?
Susie?
Yes, Susie. And she was like, you know, I want my money back. So she still gave the girl $50 for her time. But then she was like, I thought about it. I had to pay $80 for the hair. And I gave you $50. Like, no, I want my money back. Right. And I guess the mother called in spaz. You probably know who I'm talking about. The mother called in spaz. And she was like, you know, this is what she did, you know, and then the mother never wrote her back. And the mother probably was like, damn, them shit do look stupid.
The braids were probably lumpy, and then
the parts was looking ridiculous. So yeah, it was.
So speaking of hair horror,
ouch.
Have you done anything to your hair yourself that you absolutely regret?
Oh yes,
girl.
Trial and error.
Yes.
Trial and error.
To myself, to friends, to Shayla, I'm so sorry. Like, shout out to Shayla, because she was my guinea pig. She done been through it all with me.
So you gotta have one of those.
She been through it all. I done try to use the hot comb and
I have one of those.
I've done that. I burned my hair with the hot comb, and I tried to give myself bangs in middle school. And
that's how we start out.
Like,
yes, and that's how you learn.
It was bad.
But that's how you learn.
We start out with bangs. Why is that the
I
first thing we want to
I don't know.
Crystal said, "Oh, y'all crazy."
I always loved bangs, and I always wanted to cover my forehead because I had a big forehead. I still have a big forehead.
I'm about to say, nigga.
I still have a big forehead, so I like bangs and like swoops and stuff. So I wanted to get myself a bang, and I cut it like so crazy. It's like, you know how you mess up and you gotta cut it more to fix it, and you cut it again. It was
How
just
old were you
bad.
when you did that?
I was in middle school.
Oh.
Damn, that's even
They
worse.
was talking about me when I was in school.
And I know you went to Bessie Ross too, so you know.
I was kind of thinking like, I think I remember the names.
It's kind of like this, right?
Only if you knew back then you could put a track underneath it and
Right,
then put
right.
it and just comb it together.
Yes, that is so funny.
That's so funny.
So I have a question for you guys. So you know how we talking about hair and how we are so attached to it. Would you tell your mate that you're changing your hair? Because some people think that you like, oh, you should run it by him first.
Please. I'm sorry. We just had a conversation about how you single until you married.
Right.
So
This is
Yeah.
true.
you could be in bed with somebody else. I'm gonna cut my hair when I feel like it. Like,
Right.
That's not a thing.
You
So-
said it.
Maybe husband? Would you
Oh.
run that by your husband?
No.
No.
I feel like it
I
was
don't know. I feel
the
like
running it by. Like, what am I running by to you?
Right.
This is on my person.
Right.
Right.
I have to walk around looking crazy if I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a reflection of you, but this is me. I do feel like if I know there's something that you like,
I might.
I will
that's
make
what
sure
I'm
I
saying.
do that, from time to time. But if I want to wear my hair long this week, or if I want to cut my hair this week, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
It's a surprise, like, honey, I'm home. But I think if your husband had dreads and he's been thinking about cutting them, I think he'll run that by. Like, babe, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, I
like,
need you to.
But I don't think. But is it like we're looking for like a yes or no? Or
Like,
Right.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I'll tell you,
Right.
right,
I
I'm
think
telling you,
I'm
but
gonna
it's
cut
not
my
for a
hair
yes or no.
I
It's
won't
not
do a
really
yes
yes
or
or
no,
no.
but
It's not
it'll
a
be
yes
like,
or no
oh
thing.
yeah, I've been thinking about this style. You
Yeah.
like it? Like I think
Yeah.
this will be cute.
And
Yeah.
if he don't like it, I'm still.
Cause I'm still
Right.
gonna get it done.
Because my thing is, he's gonna learn to like it.
Right.
He's not gonna be like, oh my god, I hate your hair. We gotta get a divorce.
Yeah.
like, babe, you know what? It grew on me a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
you're
yeah.
gonna be like my grandmother. Can you get your long hair?
But the amazing thing is you can.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
Right.
the thing. I'm like, you don't like
Go
this
to the
short hair
store.
today,
Right.
but I can put a wig on tomorrow.
Right.
Like,
Hold on, sis.
6 ago.
Right.
Give me a second.
Snatch it right off. No, I had seen a video. I was listening to Love, Lust, and Badass Soul podcast. Shout out to CEO Hayes. He had a What Men Really Want episode. And so the guy on there who was like, I have learned to accept weaves back in 2010, but all I ask is that when you take it off, it's not just laying around in the house because it'll
It's
shock
kinda
me.
scary.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been shocked by my own wig, so I understand.